How did we as humans possibly go from sticks and stones to building smartphones? It's 2.3 million BC. You and your life partner named have found a cave to weather a particularly intense storm. From the safety of your shelter, you watch bolt after bolt of sky rage pummel the wilderness for as far as the eye can see. Once the storm is calmed, you venture out to find the surrounding forest set ablaze. Nearby, you notice an unknown, enticing aroma unlike anything you have ever smelled before. It comes from a deer that was killed in the fire. The amino acids and sugars in its flesh have undergone non-enzymatic browning. The carbonyl groups of those sugars mesh with the amino acid groups of proteins to create N-substituted glycosamine, which itself then forms ketosamines, and soon, the Maillard reaction has created a new type of delicious goodness. Humanity just unlocked cooking. Your stupid caveman brain, malnourished from a stupid eternity of not cooked food, is too stupid to comprehend it, but you just set into motion an unstoppable wheel of stupid chaos leading to itemized deductions and team building exercises and visors and gender reveal parties and YouTubers. You stupid piece of shit. Slowly, the Stone Age turns to the Bronze Age, to the Iron Age, the Steel Age, Space Age, Information Age, and here, the Plastic Age. This is where we find ourselves, in a time so dependent on semiconductors that we may risk the end of the world just to keep semiconductors. This time span before World War III age might closely be followed by Stone Age 2, 2 Stone, 2 Age. It's all relatively easy to follow until here. The vacuum tube. This fine piece of glass started all of this. In giant buildings filled with equipment, the first computers begin to change the world. Unassuming switches flip on and off, creating analog ones and zeros. Soon these turn into digital ones and zeros and make their way into every facet of life. The next milestone ahead of us is quantum computing with the new concept of the qubit. Data traveling freely through the air is encrypted with one unique key out of this many. That's 78 digits of possibilities. Your bank account details, your sexy scrotum snapshots, all protected by powerful encryption that would take the age of the universe to crack by trying every possible combination of each bit set at either a 1 or a 0. 1 or 0, 1 and 0. Qubits aren't switches, they're matrix material quantum superposition bits, 1s and 0s simultaneously, able to crunch every possible combination of every potential number, all at the same time. Your scrotum belongs to the world now.
Bye, have a beautiful time!
It took us hundreds of thousands of years to develop writing, thousands more years to move from writing to the radio, 86 years from there to the internet, and just 13 more years to have the internet in our pockets where we can look up anything at any time. If everyone could see your search history, including incognito mode, what would they think of you? Does your browser already know more than the people closest to you about the innermost workings of your mind? Your hopes and dreams, your insecurities and fears, your banana pudding fetish? Nah, no way. When you delete something, it's gone, and nobody can track you if you decline cookies. Your internet service provider can see what you're doing, and the government has more important things to do than spy on your emails, videos, and pictures. That's why today's sponsor, Greasy VPN, can keep you safe. Order illegal narcotics through the mail, threaten your daughter's math teacher, and so much more. We can only imagine how our cleverness might extrapolate into the future. Mars, Venus, Alpha Centauri, Andromeda. No more cancer, depression, or aging, or dying. We move faster and faster with each passing decade, except for when we don't. Humans took to the skies in an airplane for the very first time in 1903, and by just 1969, we were walking around on the moon. Concorde started flying the same year, unlocking supersonic travel across the Atlantic. And we haven't been able to do that since Concorde was discontinued in 2003. Maybe our ambition has been gradually fading. In some ways, we've made backwards progress. The space shuttle was retired in 2011, and for a while that left NASA, the great leader in innovation, completely dependent on Russian rockets, of all things, just to get its astronauts to the space station. When the iPhone came out, it was baller. And every year, phones were better and more pixels and more apps, and Then, I don't know, maybe make it fold like the old ones did? We're out of ideas. Phones are now everything people want phones to be. We never really know when we've plateaued until later on. If you live to be 70, then once you're past 35, statistically, well, the best day of your life has probably already happened. Along with the worst day, the most fun you'll ever have, the most boring moment ever, the time you will laugh the hardest, the most in love you'll ever be, the biggest fart you'll ever rip, all are moments that have passed, not ones to look forward to. But hold on, there are no rules. We're not passive observers. We make the rules. We started out with sticks and stones, and now we can drop a 50 million ton warhead on your grandmother's forehead from 9,000 miles away. We can edit genes. We can clone sheep. We can choose to turn the first half of our lives into a mild warm-up for the absolute rage fest to come. We can pursue grander adventures and deeper friendships and better moments, and the only thing stopping us is the risk of getting endlessly distracted. Look at that groundhog. The future may be one of post-humanism, the complete merger of humanity with technology. Maybe we're already there. Tools built to keep us more in touch with each other can, funny enough, make us more isolated and disconnected from the world and from each other. This dude argued that our experiences of the world are now so heavily mediated by technology and media that we have lost touch with what is real. Instead, we're living in a world of hyper-reality where simulations and images have become more real to us than the physical world. Virtual realities are often more appealing than the boring real world. Our smartphones have become a kind of window into a hyper-real world that exists alongside physical reality. Unchecked, we can easily fail to be fully active participants in the physical world around us. Less than factual news, social media echo chambers, and algorithmic curation of our feeds make truth become malleable and subjective. We are bombarded with information and often lack the tools to filter out the noise from the signal. No matter what you believe, it's easier than ever to be left thinking, wow, my ideological opponents are blithering idiots. There's a parallel between this whole technology thing and evolution. As a whole, it's hard to even picture how some DNA could form somewhere and wind up being us. But when you zoom in to each individual step along the way, they all make sense. On the grandest of scales, the whole is much, much, much more than the sum of its parts. As our lifespans increase, we're left with more time than ever before to do much less than ever before. Is this impossible portal to endless information that gives us unlimited potential to learn and grow and change the world just a means to endlessly consume brain-dead, mind-numbing, forgettable, short-form TikTok garbage? Are we the ultimate product of the ultimate process, the most complex and indescribably miraculous things found in the entire universe, simply blobs of unremarkable meat existence here solely to, well, consume mind-numbing, forgettable, short-form TikTok garbage? We shape technology, and in return technology shapes us. But the human condition is defined by our ability to act. We are not just passive observers of the world, but active participants in it. We shape the world around us, and the world shapes us. So we have to remember to participate, to take in the full range of what our pale blue dot has to offer, to take risks, to make an ass out of ourselves. There aren't many weeks in a life. Early years, elementary, middle school, high school, career, retirement, death. So much is gone and so much more will be squandered. It's on us to make the weeks ahead better than the weeks before. Be frivolous about wasting your money. Well, don't. But far more importantly, don't be frivolous about wasting your life or spend it watching other people live theirs. Go do anything, a scary thing, the wrong thing, just go do something. Says the guy behind a computer in a dark room alone.